All right, we're live in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Star of the North tournament. Last term of the year for the Sabres. Boys are pumped to come out here and play some hockey up north, get out of District 6 for a bit, play some different teams. Probably can't tell on the TV here, but we are on Olympic sheet ice. So it is a lot bigger. It's wider. It's longer. So there's a lot more space on the ice to see. But Emma, Gabrick, O'Neill starts out with Schmitzen, Wagner on D. Puck gets put in. Schmitz gets it. He just gets it back out to O'Neill. He taps it out of the zone. Rapids moving the puck around right now. They're just going to be content to dump it in. Schmitz will get to it first in the corner. He's going to chip it over to his D partner, Wags. Hops his stick. Puck's going to come out. Hemma's going to get it. Try to get it up to O'Neill. Schmitz taps it to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to go up, and Hemma comes there. He lays a body. Now we're just battling behind the net for the puck right now. Grand Rapids is going to get it. They're content to just throw the puck. Hits the glass and stays in the zone. Hemma's got it on his stick. He's going to skate. He's going to shoot. He scores! Quick goal for number 91, Easton Hemma. Grand Rapids try to chip the puck out of the zone, not able to get it out. Easton saw the puck sitting there. He grabbed it, skated it right into the dot, and just sniped it. So Shakopee up 1-0 here in the first minute of the game. I don't know if there's going to be an assist on that one. I think it was just a loose puck. So we'll give 91 Easton Hemma the unassisted goal. All right, Anderson, Hensley, McGuire on the ice with Schmieg and Scott. Rapids moving the puck around. He tries to transition right at the blue line there. Anderson gets to it. He's going to dump it in. Hensley's going to get to it first. Gets in the corner. Good job by McGuire to keep it in. Hensley's on his stick. He turns. Looks to pass. He dumps it behind the net. McGuire gets to it. Feeds it out front. Scott steps up. Collides with his teammate there. And the puck comes out top. Good job for Schmieg. He just dumps it right back in the zone. Shakopee so far having a lot of offensive zone time here in the first two shifts. Hensley's going to try to cut middle, loses the puck. Again, Grand Rapids happy just to get the puck out of the zone right there. Schmieg has it over to Scott. Grand Rapids is changing. All three forwards change for Shakopee. Schmieg tries to get it low. Now we're just battling here in the neutral zone for it. Dom gets hit by two guys. Valverde comes in to assist, and now let's see, Grand Rapids just dumps it in deep. Scott gets to it. Battling in the corner. Gets our top shot. That was a tight one there. Golaski, I don't know, he saw one, but it went over his head. That was a good shot for Grand Rapids there. Fitzgerald is able to chip the puck out of the zone. Good stick by Valverde there, just enough to create an offsides whistle. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off. So Williamson, Valverde, and okay, we're going to change the forwards out. So we're going back to Gabrick, O'Neill, and Hemma. Wagner and Lancette on the ice. Draw one by Shakopee. Hemma's going to throw it in, wide of the net. Grand Rapids try to chip it up to somebody. Nobody there. We'll have an icing. And we'll get an offensive zone face-off. All right. Draw down. Gets tied up. Shakopee's going to get to it. Hemma has it. He's going to turn. He tried to fire it. Not able to get anything on it. Grand Rapids had a 2-on-1 opportunity. Not able to connect on a pass. Lancette tries to feed O'Neill in the center ice. He's going to chip it in low. Gabriel with a good body. Shakopee been very strong in the forecheck. Good step up by Wags there just to keep that puck in the zone. Hema drops it in deep. And the old battle with them behind the net. Grand Rapids gets possession of it. They're going to try to chip it out. It does pop out, but it gets on Lanset's stick. He's going to chip it to D partner. Wags chips it up the middle. Hema had a guy on him, so wasn't able to get it up ice. Anderson with a good pressure, pops up into the net. Puck came out. Can still do things while on the mic. Get through the ice, back on the ice. All right, Schmitz and Schmieg out there. Anderson, Hensley, and McGuire. Tied up. Grand Rapids wins the draw. Gets on Schmieg's stick. Back to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to skate it. He's going to chip it up to Hensley. Hensley's going to let it drop in the zone. They're saying he didn't touch it, so we'll have an icing. D-zone face-off. 12:53 to go in the first. 1-0 Shakopee. Two times. All right, draw down. Anderson wins it. Schmitz gets it in the corner. He chips it over. McGuire takes a high hit there after he chips it down in the zone. Nothing called. Good pressure by Shakopee there. Just Grand Rapids able to get the puck out of the zone. They're going to cycle. He's just going to dump it in the far corner. Schmitz will get to it first. Gets it over to his D partner, Schmieg. McGuire tries to one-tap it. He gets on Anderson's stick. Just not able to escape the zone. Shakopee had an opportunity to get a little bit of momentum there to get that puck all the way down. Chip down in. Hensley gets to it. He gets bodied in the corner. They chip it up top. Not enough to stay on the stick. Bounces over. Gets out of the zone. Grand Rapids just have to regroup. They chip it in low. He's got an opportunity to get in. He shoots it. Schmieg just enough to get a stick on it. Popped up into the netting. Blow of a whistle. 12 minutes to go in the first. We got Koloski in net. Lanset, Scott on the ice with Williamson, Valverde, and Fitzgerald. Draw one by Grand Rapids. He's content. He shoots it in. Rebounds out. Koloski's got the puck there. The puck comes out loose to get on Fitzgerald's stick. He's going to try to skate it to center ice and dump. Comes Grand Rapids. Good pressure by Williamson there. Turned over by Williamson. He's going to chip it in deep. Williamson out to Scott. It gets around him. Hopped over a Grand Rapids stick, so Shakopee keeps possession. Scott behind the net with the puck. Now with Gabrick. They're on the half wall there, just body position. The puck came out, got on the stick of Williamson. He got a shot. It bounced up in the air, and I think Williamson cleaned up his own rebound for a goal for Shakopee. Number 34, Dominic Williamson with a goal. 2-0 Shakopee. Great start to the tournament here at Friday night. 11 minutes to go in the first period, 2-0. Emily, did you see an assist there? I couldn't tell. I think Dom shot it and got his own rebound. So if I missed the assist, my bad. I'm going to go unassisted. Williamson there. He assisted himself. Wags and Schmitz on the ice. Wags over to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to chip it up. Try to get it to O'Neill. It does get in the zone. So we got Hema, Gabrick, and O'Neill the forwards. Chip it over. Schmitz is going to get to it. He's going to stop, make a move, loses the handle. Grand Rapids is going to try to throw it down in. O'Neill to Wags. Wags does a little one-touch pass to Hema, but Grand Rapids steps up and intercepts the pass. Grand Rapids runs it all the way around. They put it up top. They're going to throw it back in. Gabrick wore that one off the shin pad. Wags wore a puck there. We got a loose one down low. Van does a good job and gets a glove on it and freezes it there. Those are those tricky ones when you get kind of getting a bouncing puck and guys are looking around. Grand Rapids is able to get the shot in, but Van does a good job freezing that one. So we'll get a D-zone face-off. Same 5 on the ice. O'Neill wins the draw. Schmitz has it behind. He turns. Chips it up to Gabrick. Gabrick does a one-touch pass to O'Neill. And here comes O'Neill up the ice. He's going to throw it in on net. Goalie pushes it in the corner. Good job by O'Neill to intercept that one. He dumps that one in the zone. Schmieg's now on the ice. He's out with Wags. Wags is going to get inside the center ice. He's going to dump it in. O'Neill and Wags are going to change on the fly. Good pressure by Gabrick to keep that puck in the zone. Shakopee doing a good job on their forecheck, not letting Grand Rapids really escape out of the zone cleanly. They're in now. They're going to try to throw it in. He's going to try to get a shot. Gets out front. Nope. Try to get it to a guy crease in the middle. It just got by him. McGuire with the puck. Chips it to Hema. Hema's going to stop. Try to chip it far side. Grand Rapids is going to dump it in. All the way around. Schmieg will get to it first. Loses the handle off the boards. Grand Rapids with it, but Schmieg did a good job tying him up. Scott into assist. Grand Rapids comes away with it. They're going to throw it back down on the Schmieg stick. Scott now has it. He's going to make a few moves, get it on the first guy, chip it middle. McGuire did a good job getting a stick on it, but Grand Rapids now has the puck. They're skating in. They're content to dump in. Again, I can tell the boys here after probably the second, third period are going to get tired here. We're not used to playing on Olympic sheet ice. Grand Rapids is. It's a lot more ice than you think it is once you're out there skating. Anderson chips it up to McGuire. McGuire tries to tip it back to Scott. Scott's going to rush it into the zone. Loses the handle right at the blue line. And here comes Grand Rapids. He loses the handle. Good job by Scott. And set with the puck. He's going to skate behind the net. Chip it up to McGuire. McGuire's going to do a cross-ice pass to Hensley. Just loses the handle on it. And they're going to call an interference on Hensley on that one. Tough play there. The puck bounced off the boards, and they're both going to make a play for it. Hensley was a little bit physical. So they're going to put 28, Caden Hensley, in the box. So this will be a power play for Grand Rapids. Caden's asking the ref what he did. All right, Lancette, Wagner, Williamson, and Valverde are going to be the penalty killers here to start for the Sabres. 7:43 to go in the first. Draw down, tied up by Valverde. Does come up top. Grand Rapids has it. They're moving the puck around below the goal line. To the half wall up on top. They're going to fire it in right into the chest. No screener, no one in front. Kolosky was able to see that one easily, and he just froze that one perfectly. We'll take those shots all day long. Draw down, goes behind Wiggs, gets to it, tries to chip it out. Grand Rapids settles the puck. They got it below the goal line. It's on the half wall. He's going to skate it in, look for a shot. Wiggs wears it off a shin pad. Goes far side. Kolosky is able to cleanly push that one to the side. 1:20 to go here in the kill. Grand Rapids behind the net. No pressure on him. Shakopee content to kind of sit low here, take away scoring angles away. give them the outside as they're moving the puck around the top. So we'll let them pass it around all they want here. That they burned about 25 seconds just moving the puck around up top. The backdoor guy coming in. Hops over his stick. It's going to get on Valverde. He's going to chip it up to himself. Hits the ref, so it goes right back. So it lost all opportunity for Shakopee. And he's going to rush it in. He's going to get shot. He's going to try to go far side. Hits the post and goes out to the corner. Grand Rapids is doing a good job moving the puck. They try to feed up front. Good job. Good skate for Wagner there. Try to throw it up top. They're definitely pinching in very, very low with this power play for Grand Rapids right now. We're down to 17 seconds to go. Same 4 killers for Shakopee out there, so definitely going to get some tired legs here. Grand Rapids cycles down below the goal line. He's going to skate it. Chip it back to his partner in the corner. We're down to 3 seconds left. They chip it up top. Going to try to get a shot, fire it right into the glove of Van. Shakopee does a good job killing that penalty. Oh, okay. I got called out. There's an Oreo-looking pudding shot that the announcer gets to take. So I'll gladly have that. So if you hear me eating food on the mic, that's why. All right, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey out here. Schmieg and Schmitz out there with the O'Neill, Gabrick, Hema line. Puck is tied up. Grand Rapids gets to it. They try to throw it low. Schmitz takes one off the shin pad. He's going to cycle in there. He's going to try to throw it back door. Schmieg right there to get a stick on it. And Shakopee's able to escape out of the zone. Schmitz is going to step up into the play. He's going to dump it back in. Battling behind the net. O'Neill and Hema for the puck. Gets on Gabrick's stick. Goes in the corner. O'Neill gets to it. Good pressure for the Sabres here now. He's going to chip it out. Good stick for Hema. Rapids on the rush. They're just going to content to dump it in the zone. Schmitz will get to it first. He turns, makes a move right on O'Neill's stick. He's going to go cross ice to Hema, and it gets intercepted. Thanks, Amy. That's good. All right, 4:52 to go. Same forwards on the ice. Lancette and Scott came on for D. Grand Rapids is going to dump it in the zone. Scott's already there to get the puck. Chips it over to his D partner, Lancette. Lancette's going to get it up to O'Neill. He tried to just give a nice pass to Hema there, not able to connect on it. Grand Rapids has a little bit of an opportunity with 3-on-2, but they missed the pass. Lancette's going to rush himself. He's going to come in, get around him, pass back to Hema. Hema makes a move, chips the puck out. Gabrick will get to it first. He's going to chip it up to the top. McGuire tries to fire one in. Van pushes it aside. Lancette gets to the drop passes, but nobody there. Good battle by Anderson there to clean that up. He's going to chip that puck out of the zone. Anderson, McGuire, and Hema come down the ice. Anderson gets over to Hema. He loses the handle on it. And the puck got loose in the far corner. McGuire will get to it first. McGuire rings it around behind the net. Good pressure by Scott there, pinching into the zone, keeping the puck in. McGuire battle on the half wall. Hensley goes to assist. Grand Rapids comes away with the puck. Good hit by Scott there. Guy tries to give it back to him. Both boys with 2 hits. Cross ice pass to Hensley. Hensley has it. He goes cross ice over to McGuire. McGuire gets in the zone looking for a pass opportunity. He drops it to Lancette. Not able to connect on it. Fitz goes on the ice for McGuire. Grand Rapids is going to turn it over right at the blue line. Hensley steps up. And they're able to regain possession of it. They're going to chip it in. Schmitz will get to it first. Passes over to Wagner. He fans on the pass. And a good opportunity for Grand Rapids there. Fed a guy right in the center ice for a shot opportunity, but he just missed the pass opportunity. I don't know what the call is here. So we're going to have a tripping penalty on Valverde. Okay, did not see that. I saw Fitz get hit in the corner hard. Schmitz lost an edge over here, and I see an arm go up for a trip. I'm like, he didn't get touched. He just lost an edge. But, okay, so they called a trip on 27, Marco Valverde. So Grand Rapids is going to go on a power play for the second time. There's 2:21 to go in the first. Again, Shakopee's got a 2-0 lead. Williamson, Scott, Fitzgerald, and Schmieg will be the killers here to start the pot up for the Shakopee. Puck gets in low. They skate it behind the goal line. Grand Rapids definitely likes to get a guy behind the net. They've done that a couple times now. Looking to feed it out for someone for a quick shot. Grand Rapids gets it into the zone. Schmieg there on it. He's going to step up. Oh, he walks in right there. He's just trying to feed a guy stepping in. All right, Grand Rapids back to just dishing the puck around the perimeter. They got no one in front of the net, so they're definitely content moving the puck around, trying to create a blindside opportunity for the goalie. They're up top. Again, they're moving around the perimeter. Shakopee taking scoring lanes away here. They get it in tight. They try to dish it back. He's going to get a shot, but good job by Wormson. Blocked the puck. He wore that. That was out of the... Okay, they didn't call it out of the zone. That was out. He makes a little toe drag move. He gets knocked aside by Schmieg behind the net. And we got a whistle for something. The net is off. All right, that's off. I had a good view of that one. That was offsides. They let that stay. That's okay. We got a whistle. We're able to change to 4. Lancette Wagner out there with O'Neill and Hema. 48 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Draw down. Won by Grand Rapids. They get it out top. He's a 2 guy. He stops. He shoots. Good job, Wiggs. Where's that one? Right at the shin pad again. Another block shot. Shakopee's blocked a few of these here. Again, for Grand Rapids, not having a guy out front screening the... Okay, now they got one trying to screen the goalie out front now. They're going to dish it around the top. Back and forth. Good stick by Hema. And one guy looks like he has a blade loss for Grand Rapids, so he has to skate off. So we're at 4-4 right now, hockey. That skater's in now. We're down to 12 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Grand Rapids moving the puck around. Hard angle shot there. Pushed aside by Kolaski. 3 seconds to go on the kill. They shoot. Puck is blocked by O'Neill. Hema chips it out of the zone, and the penalty is killed. Shakopee did ice it, so there's 17 seconds to go here in the first period. Definitely been a long first period. All right, Gabrick now comes on the ice. Face off down. Gabrick ties him up. Grand Rapids gets to it. Gets on Wiggs' stick. He tries to chip it out of the zone. Hema over to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to chip it in the zone. 10 seconds to go. Gets in the far corner. The horn sounds, and that is the end of the first period. And being we're in a tournament right now, they're going to zam every 2 periods. So we played on dirty ice, so they're going to zam. So we will have a 15-minute break, and we'll see you shortly. FYI, it's cold outside. The boys are warming up on the wrong side of the ice here. I don't think we realized that we switched sides of the ice, but all right, there we go. They figured it out. Head of Zambier, we all huddled into Hema's truck. I think we had 7 of us in there to stay warm. It's cold out there. Did take a peek at the main rink here in Grand Rapids, and that is a pretty rink. Really jealous we're not playing in there right now. All wood rafters, wood seating. It's wraparound both sides and behind one of the goals. Super bright lighting on the rink. So our opportunity to play there is on Sunday. However, the boys need to win some games to do it. So we get to have a Friday, Saturday familiarity with the Olympic sheet ice. But all right, 17. So we're playing 17-minute periods, a little bit different. We're used to playing 15, so 17-minute periods. That's why that first one went a little longer. But we will start out with O'Neill, Gabrick, Hema, Wagner, and Schmitz on the ice. Puck down. Shakopee wins it. They chip back. Wags to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to skate it up. He's going to chip it into the zone. Shakopee's forechecks on. Gabrick gets to it first. He battles for it, gets on Wags' stick. Wags will walk it in. Shoot. Redirected off of Hema's stick. Just chipped over the net. Hema does a good job turning over. Puck's out front. Gabrick got a shot on net. Came off. Grand Rapids looking to transition out of the zone. No icing called there. Schmitz will just ship it back to Wags. Wags tries to feed it to Hema there, just not able to connect on it. Grand Rapids is going to chip it soft into the zone. Wags to Gabrick, a loose puck out front. Shot. Save. Good job by Kolaski. Push that aside. Good opportunity for Grand Rapids, just taken away. Save that one. Puck behind the net just popped out front, all loose, and there's a Grand Rapids guy right there. All right, next 5 on the ice. We got Anderson's line with McGuire and Hensley. Schmiegen Landset on D. Schmiegen Scott, sorry. Scott steps up, lays a hit. Schmieg steps up, gets into the play. Push aside, Grand Rapids is going to rush it in. Try to get a shot, but bodied by Schmieg. We're not able to get a shot off at all. Schmieg in a good lane again there. They try to center pass the guy there in the slot. Big hit up high on Hensley. Nothing called. Hensley did have the puck, but that was right to the head. I'm surprised not a call called there. But here comes McGuire to the zone. Chips it on Anderson. Stick over to Hensley. He makes a move backhand and just misses the net. Great passing, great play. Hensley almost had a textbook goal. McGuire chips it in deep. That would have been a pretty. The Rapids tries to fire it up, get one guy loose behind our D. And set by, they put it up front. Good stick by McGuire there, takes the opportunity away. Grand Rapids had a great opportunity there for a shot. McGuire lifted his stick and took any shot away. Grand Rapids coming up, have had 2 good chances here to start the second period. Shakopee turns it over behind the net. Valverde's going to get a stick on it. He's going to chip it up. Gets into the bench of Grand Rapids. We're going to have a whistle. Chance to settle down for a sec. 14:29 to go here in the second. That would have been a pretty goal. All right, Wiggs, Landset on the ice with the Valverde, Williamson, Fitzgerald line. Grand Rapids wins the draw. They throw it out front. Loose puck gets a shot, and that's a goal. They've had a couple of those opportunities here so far this period. where a puck has gotten loose right in the hash marks, and they weren't able to get a shot off. That time they got a shot off, and they got it in the net. Goal for Grand Rapids. We are 2-1 Shakopee. Gabrick, O'Neill, Hema on the ice, Lancette, and Wiggs. Puck down. Grand Rapids wins the draw. They're going to chip it in the zone. You can definitely tell they got a little bit more juice, but another turnover behind the net. Shakopee's gotten a little careless behind the net passing. That's how the last opportunity came. O'Neill has it. Tries to chip it over to Lancette. Lancette's going to get it up to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to get it around the first guy. He's going to rush into the zone. Looking for a pass. Backs it to Gabrick. Gabrick tries to chip it up to Lancette. He's not able to get deep. Oh, he got it now deep as Grand Rapids fanned on it. And they're trying to get one loose behind the D. Good job by O'Neill. Intercepts the pass. He's just going to chip it in. Pressured by Hema. Grand Rapids doing a good job trying to get really wide and use this ice to their advantage here. But turned over in the neutral zone by Hema. Hema's going to rush in that. He's going to see O'Neill. Puck gets loose up front. Goalie gets down to get on it. Everybody fighting bodies on it. A little backhand shot by Anderson gets pushed aside by the goalie. 4 or 5 guys all on the ground on that one. And then the puck was loose, not there at all. Goalie was able to get back in the crease and save that one. Lancette's going to rush it in. He gets around 2 guys. Tries to feed it to Hema. Not able to connect. Schmitz will get to the puck. He tries to chip it out. Not able to get the puck out of the zone. Schmitz has it now behind the net. He stops and turns, loses an edge. Anderson gets there to help him out. Grand Rapids, good pressure right now. They're able to keep that puck in the zone. Schmitz has it. He loses an edge. Again, pushes it aside. Grand Rapids is putting the pressure on right now. Loose puck goes through. They try to shoot it. Schmitz bodies him behind the net. Grand Rapids gets on it. They throw it up front. Great save by Kolaski. You can definitely see now that's the game of Grand Rapids. They get the puck low behind the net and just try to put the puck out front. Guys just waiting for the pass to come. Puck out in the zone. Rush Hensley on it. He loses possession. He gets hit from behind down to McGuire. Feeds it out front to Valverde with a great shot opportunity. Save by Grand Rapids. Great pressure by Grand Rapids in that last shift. They had a good minute in our zone moving the puck around. The boys having to chase a little bit right now. 11:43 to go in the second. Valverde out there with Fitzgerald, Williamson, Scott, and Lancette. Grand Rapids, good job trying to escape out of the zone, just not able to complete it. He's just going to throw it in, pushed aside by Kolaski. A little bit of a different style here, but the speed out of Williamson is going to get to the puck first. Grand Rapids is able to get one hit on it. Good hit by Williamson. Fitz steps up, gets on the stick of Scott. Scott's going to throw it in. It's going to go in the far corner. Valverde gets to it. He gets hit by 2 guys. Definitely the physicality out of Grand Rapids has stepped up because you've seen a few guys for Shakopee throw the puck to avoid getting hit. So they're definitely bringing the intensity right now. 2-1 Shakopee right now. It definitely feels next goal is going to swing the momentum here. If Shakopee can score the next one to get up 2, otherwise Grand Rapids has a chance to tie here. So Wiggs and Schmitz on the ice with O'Neill, Hema, and Gabrick. O'Neill's going to take the draw back to Hema. Schmitz is going to feed Hema. Hema's going to turn and shoot. Rebound. Loose out front. It gets popped up by Grand Rapids, and Wiggs does a good job getting a stick on it. Gabriel trying to swing at it, keep that puck in the zone. And we're going to have an icing on Grand Rapids, but he got it on net. Played it. Pulaski, that was a tricky one. I think I saw the camera lady forget to turn the camera and put her eyes in her head. Pulaski was waiting to who to pass it to, fanned on the pass and had to quickly go down and freeze it. We got away with it. Whistle blown. Face off. Here we go. Gabrick on the face off. Grand Rapids with the puck. Pressured by O'Neill. They're going to chip it in deep. They try to go cross ice with it. Try to get the puck down low. Good pressure by Lancette. Schmidt steps up as he gets the puck out. Hema does a good job just chipping the puck out of the zone. And he gets a turnover. Hema's going to get a shot. Oh, O'Neill. Oh, that's a goal. The Sally right into the dad section. Just good pressure by Trey O'Neill. Grand Rapids tried to go D to D, and it got on the stick of Hema, and he just buries it for a goal. 3-1 Shakopee. Trey O'Neill unassisted. Anderson, McGuire, Hensley line out there with Schmeek and Scott. Shakopee takes a 2-goal lead, 3-1. 10 minutes to go in the second period. Grand Rapids just threw it in off the back wall, bounced right back up. Kolaski puts a glove on it. He freezes it. So we'll have a D-zone face-off. Draw down. McGuire gets a stick on it, tries to ship it out of the zone. It does come out, gets on McGuire's stick. He's going to try to go around him. He's going to dump it into the zone. The forecheck's on. Puck gets loose out front. Shot by Hensley. Just on the side of the net. Puck's going to go through. Hensley's going to go all the way down and get to it first. He's going to ring it around to Scott. Scott turns and looks. Gets it on Anderson's stick. He tries to chip it up to McGuire, who's got speed. He's going to get to it first. McGuire gets hit. Nothing called. Puck gets loose. The defenseman got around it. And that's a goal for Grand Rapids. Shakopee just got caught right there getting in. No call on a penalty there as they were just sitting there shoving McGuire in the corner. And one forward got really loose, and they were able to connect on a pass and got behind our defense. So just like that, Grand Rapids answers, and it's 3-2 Shakopee. Still has a 1-goal lead. 9:11 to go here in the second period. O'Neill, Hema, Gabrick on the ice with Lancette and Wagner. Grand Rapids wins the draw, but O'Neill turns them over, and here comes Shakopee. O'Neill's going to put it in. Valverde on the ice with them. So it's O'Neill, Valverde, and Williamson. So lines got a little mixed up here. Grand Rapids is going to chip it down, knowing that they got all that space with this Olympic sheet. Wiggs gets to it, gets over to Lancette, over to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to make a move and feed Williamson in the center of the ice. Just a battle for the puck. It gets on Wagner's stick. He's able to go off the boards. What's the whistle? We got a player down. Grand Rapids has a player down, so they blew the whistle. So 8:48 to go in the second period. Looks like we'll just probably do a center ice face-off. All right, now we got the line back together. Hema, Gabrick, and O'Neill. Lancette and Wagner on the ice for D. Lensett does a good job, patient with it, gets it to O'Neal. O'Neal's just going to chip in the zone. Gabriel's going to get to it first. He goes behind the net, skates with it, looking for someone to pass to. Gets it out top to Wags. Wags going to skate middle, get a shot, got deflected up in the rafters. So we'll have a whistle, offensive zone face-off. We'll change out the D here. Schmitz and Schmieg will come on the ice. Gabriel can take the draw. Won by Grand Rapids. They're going to go behind the net. Gabriel has it. He's going to shoot it up, pass it up. Loose puck. Got on Gabriel's stick. He fed it to O'Neal. O'Neal got a shot, went loose. Gabriel had a little opportunity for a goal, just not able to get his stick around to get a good shot on it. And now we're battling here in the corner for it. Up to Schmieg up top. He's going to fire it in. Wide of the net. Schmitz will step up. He's going to chip it back down to Gabriel. Back to Hemasick. It get a goal. Grand Rapids will get to it first. Defense has got to be a little careful if it's been willing to have one winger just take off and go. They flee him in the middle. Schmitz tries to body him there. Grand Rapids is going to get in. They're going to cycle out, get it back on top. He fires it wide of the net. Puck's loose. Gets on Schmieg's sticks. He's going to rush himself. He's just going to chip it in the zone, get a rebound, try to get a good chance for Hema. Hema's going to stop. Try to get it on one guy. He gets poke checked. And Grand Rapids, again, getting behind our defense here. They are definitely willing to sacrifice off having two forwards play in the D zone and just try to escape. The Shakopee could have, and they would have had a 4-on-2 opportunity there. All right, whistle blown. We had an offside, so 7:19 to go in the second period. Anderson, McGuire, Hensley out there with Scott and Lensett. Grand Rapids wins the draw. They're going to go off the board. Gets on Hensley's stick. Hensley back over to Lensett. Ian not able, or McGuire not able to get a stick on it. Here's a transition for Grand Rapids. Good entry into the zone. Puck's going to be fled up, and we're going to have an icing. All right, same 5 on the ice. Anderson will be on the draw. Tied him up, gets on the stick of Lensett. He throws it behind the net to his D partner. Scott has it. Back to Lensett. He's going to chip it up to McGuire. Taps up to Anderson. Anderson's going to rush. He's going to stop. Back to the D. Stays in the zone. Lensett with it. He's going to throw it in the far corner. Scott's going to step up. Try to make a move around one. Get it back up top to Lensett. Lensett's going to make a move middle. Goes backhand. Nobody there into the far corner. Anderson gets there with Hensley. Hensley patient with it. Stops, turns. Tries to throw it middle. And we're going to have a penalty in Grand Rapids. We're going to have a cross. Yeah, we're going to have a, should be a cross check in the back. So Shakopee's going to go on the power play. Gabriel, Hema, O'Neal, Schmitz, and Schmieg on the ice. So Shakopee's going to have their first power play of the game. 6:10 to go in the second period. Draw down, tied up. Still trying to get possession of it. Then we're going to have a hand pass there on Wags. Wags lost an edge, went down. Puck went right into his chest. And he threw it back into the zone. All right, well, they're just going to take it out and put it at neutral ice. Draw comes out, gets back to our D. Wags has it. Over to Schmitz. Back to Wiggs. He's going to get it over across ice to Hema. Hema's going to walk into the zone. He stops. Shakopee gets set up. Over to O'Neill, up top to Hema. Hema patient with it. He fires it. Gets deflected. Turned around. Schmidt's got a shot, but it got blocker to side. He was out front. Wiggs, good job with it. Gets it back to Schmidt's behind the net. Schmidt's patient with it. Gets it up to O'Neill. Up top to Hema. He's going to get a fired in. It gets deflected. Puck's loose. Grand Rapids tries to shoot out. They do get it out. Good scoring opportunity for the Sabres on that one. Hema's going to gather speed right now. He's going to try to cut through the first guy. He gets it into the zone. He's going to rush. He gets poke checked. Regains possession of it. Everyone gets reset. He walks middle. He's going to fire it. Gets loose. Gablick right there with it. Schmitz is going to battle with it. Try to time up in the corner, and they're going to ring it all the way around, and we should have an icing on Grand Rapids. Good pressure, though. They had two good scoring opportunities on that one. Not enough to get one in the back of the net. So 38 seconds to go here for the Sabre power play. 4:48 to go in the second. Shakopee holding on to a 3-2 one-goal lead. Fitzgerald, Valverde, Williamson, Scott, and Schmieg on the ice. Draw down. Valverde is going to win his own draw. Chips it out to Fitzgerald. He's got possession. He skates behind the net. To Williamson on the half wall. He's going to get it up top to Schmieg. Schmieg's going to walk in, shoot, gets deflected off a skate. Grand Rapids is going to get to it. They're going to try to ring it around, but it gets on Scott's stick. Stays in the zone. Scott to Williamson. Back to Scott. Scott's going to fire it. It gets blocked by the defenseman there of Grand Rapids. We're down to 7 seconds to go here. Grand Rapids is going to chip it over the zone. Schmieg does a good job staying back. He's just going to fire it all the way in, and we're going to have an icing. Shows 0 on the clock, so we should be back to 5-on-5 hockey. I mean, technically, yeah, if the 0's up there, there's a decimal on the time, but yeah, so we're 5-on-5 hockey, 4:10 to go in the second. Valverde, so the same 5 on the ice. Valverde, Williamson, Fitzgerald out there with Schmieg and Scott. Grand Rapids is going to rush into the zone. They're going to try to chip it down into the near corner. Schmieg gets to it first. He chips it over to Scott. Scott's looking for someone to pass to. He tries to go far ice, but it intercepted right there. Rapids has definitely seen our breakout here a little bit because right now they've definitely been picking off a couple of our passes trying to exit the zone, knowing where we're going. Shakopee chips it all the way down for an ice. All right, Anderson, Hensley, McGuire are your new forwards out there. So Scott and Schmieg still out there. Puck drop down. It gets out, cleanly won by Grand Rapids. He's going to fire it in. Koloski saw that one all the way, got a good glove on it. All right, we'll drop the puck. Clean win again for Grand Rapids. They're going to fire it in. McGuire there to deflect that one off a shin pad. And good job by Scott. He saw an opportunity there. He got possession. He ran the puck up the ice. He's going to skate in. Drop pass to Anderson. Shot just wide of the net. Good opportunity. A lost edge for Grand Rapids. Hensley's going to make a move. He's going to skate behind the net. He stops. Chips it back to Anderson. Anderson with the puck. And now we're just back in the corner. Again, Hensley wears another one for no reason. No penalty called. They're going to put them both in the box. Okay. The ref was just sitting there watching it happen the whole time. Both guys are not letting each other get up. So they're just going to put both in the box. would say the right call, even though they could have definitely called an interference on Rapids' start. But so Hensley and a Rapids guy will go in the box. So coincidental penalties, 2:59 to go in the second period. So they will come out of the box once we get under a minute to go at the first whistle. O'Neill, Hema, Gabrick line on the ice. Lancette and Wags out there. Draw down, won by Rapids, but not able to keep it in the zone. So popped out, pressured by Hema. Last time we had this pressure, the Sabres scored a goal. Good pressure by Gabrick there. Staying on Rapids, not letting them escape out of the zone. And they're going to try to one-touch it back here. Rapids chips it middle. Good stick by Gabrick. He turns him over. Gabrick's going to skate it in himself. He gets pinched behind the wall. O'Neill there to assist. O'Neill gets possession of it. He's going to get it up top. Wagner walks it middle, tries to backhand it in. Gets deflected and gets behind the net. Rapids has possession. Again, they're trying to flee one guy loose here. Wagg saw it, so he got back. Definitely a play as they move that puck behind the net back and forth. And a good stop by Scott. Or that was a Gabrick play. Intercepted the pass, fed it out to O'Neill. Puck's loose there. Rapids gets to it. Again, they're looking to just flee one guy. It gets by both. No icing. Wiggs is going to try to get to it. Why is the arm up? Why? What's the penalty called here? They both are going to the puck. Okay, so he's calling both. Coincidentals on that one. So we have coincidentals, but for some reason, Shakopee's got an extra guy in the box. So there's 3 guys in the box for Shakopee, 2 for Rapids. So this is going to be a power play for Grand Rapids. Should be 5-4. 5-4. So there's 2 coincidentals called right now. So someone on Shakopee got I don't even know who got the penalty there. So someone's in the box for 2 minutes. I don't put the number on the board. Schmidt's out there right now with Williamson and Valverde. So to finish the period out here, we'll have a power play for Grand Rapids. Valverde just battling with the puck there. He's going to chip it out of the zone. Pressured by Williamson. Rapids is going to get it in the zone. They're going to walk it in. Go behind the net. Again, they're content to pass that puck around the perimeter. Very patient with it. They get up top. Good job by Williamson. He got down and got on one knee and wore a puck in the shin pad to block that shot. They're going to go down low in the corner. They're going to walk it up top. Going to walk it in, looking to shoot. He fires it right into the glove of Golaski there. 1:01 in the period to go. 1:12 on the kill. Shakopee will change out all 4. Scott, Lancette on the ice with Anderson and Fitzgerald. I still don't know what the penalty was called down there. I'm guessing they called both Wagner and another guy for interference, both bothering each other before they got to the puck. But then I don't know what happened with the other one. But anyway, I digress. Puck comes down to the stick of Fitzgerald. He's going to chip it up. Scott's going to get it. He's going to try to chip it low, but it gets stuck right into the chest of a Grand Rapids player, so not able to get it deep. Minute to go on the kill. Only 45 seconds to go on the penalty, or in the period. Rapids is going to walk it in. They're going to try to feed it back out top. Shakopee talking to figure out who they got. They feed it up top. Shot. Golaski makes the first save. Rebound comes down. That's a goal for Rapids. Shakopee definitely sitting back a lot more in the kill right now. Rapids doing a good job of getting the puck behind the net. And definitely their setup is not from the top down. They like to get it behind the net, feed it out top, get a shot, get heads swiveling. But we have a tie game, 30 seconds to go in the second period, and Rapids now has come all the way back and tied the game. So 3-3, Anderson, Hensley, McGuire out there with Schmieg and Schmitz. All right, 27 seconds to go in the period. Draw comes down. McGuire's going to get to it. He gets to it first. He's going to rush in the zone, chip it back out to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to throw it back in deep on McGuire's stick. Up front, turns around, gets a shot. Loses, gets the redirected, got out to Schmieg. Schmieg got a shot on it. Hensley's going to get to it. He's going to fire it in. Goes off a shin pad 15 seconds to go. Schmitz is going to wrap it all the way around. Schmieg will get to it. He keeps it in the zone. McGuire's able to get to it, and he just chips it away. We're down to the final couple seconds of the period here. Our part with one ref and two linesmen here. The ref was already down on one side of the ice, so he's not even seeing some of the chippiness after that pass that went away. But all right, 3-3 game. I did call in the car for a race to 4. Yep. I did say it outside, so hopefully we get that fourth goal. So definitely period 1 by Rapids. That one, I would say, it definitely brought the pressure here off the Zam. They scored 2. Shakopee scored 1. So 3-3. Again, we're going into a 17-minute period. Our boys haven't really played 7, and I don't know if Rapids plays that up here or not. But 17-minute periods. We're playing the same amount high school plays. So that's over the course of the game. 6 more minutes of ice time playing. And running Olympic sheet ice, so a lot more space, a lot more skating. All right, I'm calling a shutout period by Colossi here. 5-3 win Shakopee. My goal. That's my prediction. Crossing fingers. See what happens here. Shakopee doesn't stay out of the box. We'll say that. Rapids has a pretty decent power play, so let's just stay away from that. Keep this thing 5-on-5. All right, Gabrick, O'Neill, and Williamson taking the place of Hema as he's in the box right now with Scott and Lensett. Draw down, Grand Rapids wins it. They're going to turn regroup, D to D. They're going to throw it in. Big bounce off the boards. Lensett gets to it, feeds it up to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to keep battling it. He tries to get body off the puck, but he stays with it. Feeds it middle. And here comes Rapids. They're going to have a little bit of a rush here. They're going to shoot. Gets deflected off a stick, goes over the net. They try to throw it in. Lensett does a good job getting a stick on it. Tries to flee Hema loose, but it's on net, so the goalie had to play it. He freezes it. So Shakopee will get an offensive zone faceoff. Gabrick, O'Neill, Hema out there with Scott and Lensett. So draw down. One goes in the corner. Gabrick gets to it first with Rapids. Rapids comes away with the puck. O'Neill pressuring with Gabrick on the half wall. Rapids gets possession. They're going to flee it to a winger there. He just tries to throw it middle. O'Neill right there to disrupt the play. And Rapids is going to come away with it. They're going to get into the zone. You're going to walk and just throw it middle, but they had a guy backdoor opportunity there. O'Neal gets to it. O'Neal's going to try to chip it up to Hema. Not able to get him loose. Rapids showing a little bit more juice right now. Good step up by Scott. 3-on-1 opportunity. Scott, O'Neal, Hema. Actually 3-on-2. They must have been changing the D-man, and they're going to call an offsides. We'll change out the forwards. Williamson, Valverde, and Fitzgerald out there with Wagner and Schmitz. Draw down, Valverde tries to push it forward. Gets on the stick for Grand Rapids. He's going to try to dump it in the zone. Fitz right there to disrupt the play. Gets it up to Valverde. Puck stays in the zone. He goes down. No penalty called. Rapids doing a good job just moving the puck D to D here, trying to flee the puck middle to get in the zone of speed. They do. They chip it to a winger. They try to go cross ice, and that should be a penalty on Williamson, not called. They're going to keep playing. Puck's loose. He's going to walk middle. Gets around Fitz. Fitz is able to disrupt the play just enough, and they're going to throw it in. Rebound gets down. Schmitz gets to it. He's going to get it to Fitzgerald. Feeding it to Williamson with speed. He chips it on the first guy. He chips it to himself. The goalie comes out and plays it. Big hit for Rapids there. Wiggs with it behind the net. Williamson's going to come off. Valverde battling with it. Wiggs is going to come away with it. Puck comes out. Marco back down to Hensley. Hensley battling with the puck. Rapids is going to come away with it. They're going to try to flee one guy deep. Smith comes in to disrupt the play. Still going to get a shot. Misses the net far side. Anderson is going to get there. Definitely good pressure for Rapids right now. Shakopee had some momentum going there. Smith is going to give to it. He gets puck. He's going to chip it out of the zone. Hit by Rapids, so it goes all the way down. Both D pairs will change for Shakopee. Hensley, McGuire, Anderson on the ice. That's too many men for Rapids. We're going to have a power play for the Sabres. Nice call, Chris. Yeah. Sometimes you got to have help from the stands here. All right, Sabres going to go on the power play. Hensley, Anderson, McGuire, Scott, and Schmieg on the ice. So we got 14 minutes to go in the game. We have a tie, 3-3 game. See if we can capitalize on this one. Anderson pushes it to the corner. Rapids will get to it first. They try to wrap it around, but Hensley gets to it first. He makes a move, chips it down low. McGuire gets to it. Gets out top on the Scott stick. So Shakopee able to get set up. Scott walking middle. Keys it over to McGuire. McGuire's going to shoot. Gets deflected off a shin pad. He's able to get possession back of it. Try to throw it deep, and Rapids is able to get a possession of it. And they're content to just get it in and throw it in deep into the corner. McGuire gets to it. He chips it over to Scott. Now Shakopee's going to get on the rush. Scott over to McGuire. McGuire has the puck. He's going to skate it up, get it in the zone. Patient with it. He goes cross ice over to Anderson, just not able to keep possession on his stick. Rapids is content to just fire it in, and Rapids will change out. Here comes McGuire. Gets it down to Schmieg. Schmieg's able to get a stick on it. On the half wall. On the stick of Scott, he just loses the handle on it. And here comes Rapids. Good wheel. No! That's not a penalty. Oh, down there? Okay, I thought that was on. Sorry for yelling on the mic, but I thought they were calling out on Anderson, and that was just a good body. All right, so I missed that one. They're going to call a rough on Hensley. Don't know where the hit was. So we're going to play 4-on-4 hockey. So Schmitz is going to go in the box. So I don't know what they're calling. If they're calling a 2-and-10 or what they're calling here. Needed a trainer for something, so never mind. Lancette out there on the ice with Wiggs, Hema, O'Neill. So again, we're 4-on-4 hockey. Oh, the puck got loose up front. Good save by Kolaski there. Dangerous passing by Shakopee there, creating an opportunity for the Rapids. Hema with the puck, patient with it. Go cross ice, try to feed it to Lancette. 30 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey until Rapids gets a player back. Wiggs is going to walk in, shoot, got blocked by a Rapids player. They're going to have a little bit of a rush here. Lancette with them. He loses the handle on it. He's just going to go cross ice with it. It's going to get on Hema's stick. Hema's going to take his time with it, skate with it, chip it over to Lancette. Lancette's going to chip it to nobody there, and someone right in front of the net for Rapids. They're not able to connect on it. Again, they're classic play. They like to have that puck behind the net, chip it out front. Rapids is back to the power play. Shot, save, Kolaski, loose puck out front, bouncing around. Wiggs is able to get to it and chip it out of the zone. 11:44 to go here in the third. Penalty expired. Rapids was able to turn it into a 5-on-4 power play. A lot of bouncing pucks up front. Kolaski pushed away a couple of them there, and Wiggs was able to ice the puck. Rapids wins it. They're moving the puck around. They're able to get really tight on the goal. Try to backhand it in, but Kolaski there to get a poke check. Rapids up top, shoots it, fires it. It's down low, saved, but not it. Kolaski saved that one. Didn't see where it went. Schmieg does a good job, and he's able to fire that one out. All right, Gabrick on the draw. Williamson, Scott, Schmieg. 32 seconds to go on the kill. Puck comes out top. Rapids has it. They're feed it. He's going to fire it in. Schmieg lost his stick. He broke one here, so he's just got to play with his body in front of the net. Rapids trying to get real tight here. They try to flee it back door. They're not able to keep a handle on it. He breaks a stick. And Gabrick's going to get a rush now. He tries to back pass it to Scott and not able to connect on it. 2 sticks broken on the same play. It doesn't happen very often. Rapids has in the zone. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Rapids still has possession, but they try to feed it in the middle. The guy turns, makes a move, skates it out top. He's got a clear angle to shoot. He tries to do a slapper. Goes behind the net, goes around, and now everyone just battling for position to get the puck. Rapids comes away with it. Shakopee looking to just ice the puck right now and get it changed. Rapids has it. They feed it out front. He's going to get a shot. Loose puck. And what a save by Kolaski. Holy moly. And lost the glove on the play at the same time. Good backdoor pass for Rapids. The net was open, but Kolaski slides over and just gets a glove on it. What a save. You definitely feel the pressure from Rapids coming right now. Sabres need to turn this into offense somehow and see if we can take advantage of their aggressiveness. Try to get a rush here. Anderson on the ice, out there with Hensley and McGuire. Lancette and Wiggs on D. Wiggs has it, ships it to Hensley, so definitely seeing the major pressure right now by Rapids. They're pinching their D big time right now, not letting Shakopee escape the zone, noticing we're passing that wing pass right now. Anderson battling behind the net, getting hit with it. Wags gets bodied off the puck. Rapids has it. They're going to skate right in the middle. He's going to shoot it. Gets on the stick of Lenset. He's patient with it. Let's go, boys. Cheat up the ice. Rapids is just pressuring us right now, and Shakopee's not able to take advantage of it. Hensley's able to get around the one guy. He's going to skate in. He's going to fire it. Goes wide and gets into the netting. We'll have a offensive zone face-off. Almost feels like it's 6-on-5 with the Rapids with the advantage right now, not letting Shakopee get out of the zone. They are just collapsing on us right now. But I'm expecting a goal out of the Sabres right now. Hema, Valverde, O'Neill out there with Schmitz and Schmieg. Shot in on net, saved. Good opportunity off the draw for the Sabres there. Got a good shot. Valverde on the draw. Puck down. It's tied up. Gets on Hema's stick. He tries to get a shot. Gets deflected off a skate. Here comes Rapids back. Schmidt steps up, and so does Schmieg. Goes right through his hands. Chips the puck out of the way. Valverde on the pressure. They're going to tap it back. See if the Sabres can get that forecheck going here. Schmitz is going to get to it. He's going to turn. Chip it over to O'Neill. O'Neill does a good job changing direction there. He's just going to sauce it over to Schmieg. Schmieg tips it up to Hema. Hema try to get it deep in the zone, just not able to get through it. Valverde and O'Neill, they're battling on the wall right in front of the bench. Schmieg steps in there. Everyone battling position. They're trying to chip it out. We're trying to keep it in. It does come out. Schmieg will get to it first. He's going to chip it around. Hema will get to it first. Skate it, skate it. There we go. He's going to skate it up. He's going to, oh, it's off a skate. They're going to let that thing go. So we'll change out 3 skaters. Hema's going to pressure with O'Neill. Good step up for Gabriel. Passes over. Had Hema on a backdoor. Just not able to connect on the pass. Great pressure there by Gabriel to create an opportunity. Hema steps up, gets a stick on it. Rapids throws it deep. O'Neill's going to change. Rapids trying to get behind our D again. Good stick there by Lenset to get a stick on that one. It went hopped up in the air. Koloski's going to glove it, and we'll freeze for a second. 7:37 to go in the third period. Scott, Lenset, Fitzgerald, Gabriel, and Williamson on the ice. Shot for Rapids goes wide. Fitz chips it out to Williamson, who's going to rush it in himself. He gets poke checked with the puck. He takes it right back. Gets it on there. He's going to chip it up top. Gets it on the stick of Lenset. Lenset's going to fire it in. Gabriel tried to redirect that one, but the goalie was able to get a glove on it, freeze it, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off. Wags and Schmitz on the ice. We'll bring in Valverde out there, so Valverde's back with Fitzgerald and Williamson. Draw down. Valverde tries to win it to himself down in the corner. Rapids gets to it. Pinched by Wags. Up in the air. Again, Rapids definitely trying to flee a winger loose again. Fitz is going to chip it out in the neutral zone. Rapids gets the handle on it. Schmitz is going to step up, get to it, feed it to Fitz. Fitz is going to walk into the zone. He's just going to chip it in. Valverde pressuring behind the net with Fitz. The puck's going to come out. Valverde's going to get to it. He gets pinched in the corner, but he stays with the puck. Oh, here comes Rapids trying to flee a guy loose again. He loses the handle on it. Good D by Wags. He bodies in the corner. Puck's loose there. He's going to try to go up front with it. Good stick by Williamson to chip it away. Fitz chips it out of the zone just enough to get a all 5 line change for the Sabres. No! That's not an ice! All right, the puck slowed way down, and they just let it slowly trickle down to the goal line and then call an ice. Let that thing go. All right, well, Sorry for yelling again. 6:18 to go in the third. Tie game, 3-3. Hensley, Anderson on the ice. Scott, McGuire, and Schmig. All right, we will drop it now in the neutral zone and offsides. Rapids wins the draw. They try to chip it down in low. They do. Schmig will try to go get to it first. He does. Over to Scott. He wears a big hit. He feeds it up into the feet of Anderson, but that's going to get on McGuire's stick. McGuire chips it in. McGuire does a good job turning that thing over. He turns, redirects his position. Hensley comes in to help. Puck's going to come out. Rapids does a good job regrouping. Good body by McGuire there. Gets on the stick. Schmig to Scott. Scott does a good job handling that one, but then he loses the handle on it. Out front, loose puck. Shakopee getting very dangerous with that puck passing right in front of the net. They're going to fire it in. Kolosky does a good job freezing that one. Got it right in the chest. Dangerous passing for the Sabres there in front of the net. All right, we change out the forwards here. So we got Lancette out there with Wagner. We got Gabriel, Hema, O'Neill. 5:25 to go in the third. Draw down. Puck comes out to the D. They're going to just ring it around down low. Lancette will get to it first. He chips it out, but nobody there. Right to their D. He's going to chip it right back down in. Gabriel gets to it, chips it out. Hema tries to get a stick on it. He wears a hit, but he does get it out of the zone to O'Neill. And they're just going to blindly throw it, and he gets on Lancette's stick, and he's going to throw it himself. Shakopee just got a couple errant passes right now, throwing the puck. Rapids fires it in. He's going to fire it and shoot it just wide of the net. That's out! That's out! Thank you. Offsides. 4:49 to go in the third. Offsides on Rapids, so we'll reset up here in the neutral zone. Gabriel on the draw. He wins it back all the way deep in the zone. So Lancette gets to it, gets it over to Wags, hops his stick. He's going to try to chip it up. Intercepted the pass. They're out front. He's going to backhand it. Rebound comes out, but it goes into the corner. So Rapids got one of their goals here this game was just some errant passing with the behind the net and put it out front. O'Neill's going to rush into the zone. Going to throw it middle. Hema's going to get to it. He stops, turns. Puck out loose. Out front. O'Neill got one shot on it. It goes around behind the net. Rapids has it. They're going to try to chip it up. Chip it to a middle guy, and they're going to have a 2-on-1 rush. Schmitz is on it with them. He's going to slow down. Schmitz tries to step up. He chips it away. Rapids has it, and they just throw it back to their D-man, but it hops his stick out of the zone. Puck comes in. Good job by Markle there. He bodies him off the puck. Fitz has the puck. He gets turned over. Shakopee needs to protect that puck. And we're going to have an ice on Shakopee. Rapids has done a good job when the puck's on their stick. They're not giving you much space. They're coming right in. 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Tie game 3-3. All right, Sabres need that fourth goal. All right, Valverde on the draw. He's going to tie up. Puck's going to be loose. Still battling for it. Who's going to get it? Comes out and goes in the corner. Schmig will get to it. He's going to try to chip it to Williamson, but Rapids is right there to turn the puck over. They're going to ring it around the net. Schmitz gets to it first. He chips it away. Nobody there for Shakopee, so Rapids gets to it first. Definitely time, but we got to win those puck races. Schmitz has it behind the net. He turns and plays. He chips it up to that's up top. He's going to fire it wide of the net. Rapids with good pressure right now. Puck's going to come out on Williamson's stick. He's going to feed it over to Fitzgerald, but it gets caught in his stick. His skate, sorry. Good hit by Valverde there. Sabres get control of the puck. Williamson has it. Again, turned over in the neutral ice. Shakopee struggling to get any clean entry into the zone here. Two and a half minutes to go in the game. I have no clue the rules of overtime or ties for pool play or what's the deal, but we'll find out what happens here. Hopefully the Sabres get a goal here. Rapids is going to throw it in. They're going to change. They chip it over, goes around, gets on the stick. Williamson has it. He turns. He throws it cross ice, gets on the stick of Schmieg. Schmieg's going to rush into the zone. He's going to fire it in. Blockered up into the netting. 2:08 to go. Christine, are you already checking the rules, or do you know if there's overtime, or is this just... Okay. Sounds like we will play in overtime. All right. McGuire's going to take the draw out there with Hensley and Anderson, Scott and Lancette. Puck behind the net. McGuire with it, battling by himself on there. He's got two guys on him. They're going to chip it up. Kept into the zone by Scott. He throws it in the corner. It's going to get on the stick of Scott. Scott tries to go cross ice with it. Nobody there. Intercepted by Lancette. Lancette's going to have the puck, rush it in. He's going to chip it in low. 1:45 to go. Anderson gets to it first. He stops. Tries to throw it out front. Gets on the stick of Hensley. Just not able to keep it on his stick for a shot. He's going to fire across ice in the zone. Rapids is going to try to ice it, but Scott does a good job getting a hand on it. Sabres doing a good job on the forecheck, keeping zone time. See if they can get Rapids tired here. Anderson makes a move. He goes behind the net. Get it out front. Get it out front. Never know. Get that loose, bouncy puck. Scott's going to step up. He's going to skate it in. Skates behind the net. He's going to turn. Tries to make a move by himself. He gets turned over. Gets on McGuire's stick. McGuire's going to chip it. And Rapids tries to turn and throw it, but no icing. Anderson's going to turn. He's going to get in the zone, fire it in, and we're going to have an offsides. 51 seconds to go. Long shift there for the boys. Let's go, Sabres! All right, neutral zone face-off here. We're under a minute to go here in regulation. Hema, O'Neill, Gabrick, Wagner, Schmitz. Draw down, tied up. Gets on the stick of O'Neill. O'Neill back to Wags. Wags is going to get center ice. He's going to dump it into the zone. Shakopee on the forecheck. Nobody gets there. Gabrick gets to it, gets on a Hema stick. He goes around, not able to get there, so here comes Rapids trying to rush out of the zone, but a good footwork by Wags. He's able to wear one off the shin pad here, and Rapids are just throwing the puck here behind the zone. They're going to try to flee one guy loose. They're going to lose the handle, and they're going to get through. They're going to rush into the zone. They're going to drop past it. Here comes Hema and O'Neill, the two you want on the ice on a rush. Hema's going to make a move. He goes backhand right into the goalie, but he freezes it immediately. 9 seconds to go. Shakopee is going to have an offensive zone face-off. Hey, win the draw. Let's go. Rapids is going to use their timeout here. 9 seconds to go. They're in the D zone. See if they're going to try their play if they win the face-off and just ring it all the way around and see if they can flee a winger back. This play kind of comes down to who's going to win the face-off. Trying to find the email and pull up the rules. tournament rules here. I'm trying to pull it up here now. Okay, so there is overtime because you get a 2 points to win in overtime. You get 1 point to lose in overtime. All right, puck comes out top. Smits has it up top. He's going to fire it. It gets deflected. Goes down low behind the net. Throw it out front. Loose puck. It's going to come in, and nothing there. Some pushing and shoving by both teams. So they're going to put someone in the box here. Let's hope it's both because there was a retaliation. So we're going to overtime. So winner gets 3 points. 2 points for an overtime win or shootout win. 1 point for an overtime loss or shootout loss. So definitely you lose the advantage of winning the game outright to get 3 points. So both teams will come away with at least 1 point. One team is going to. All right, so we're back. Sorry for the interruption. We had to change hotspots. All right, so they are going to do coincidental penalties. Hema's going to go in the box. They're just going to straight up give up. So some pushing and shoving after the period is over. They're going to call for the Sabres because they got to play the first 2 minutes the kill. So it must be a 4-on-4 or a 3-on-3 overtime. So because of the penalty on Shakopee, Rapids gets an extra player to make it 4-on-3. So we'll be 4-on-3 for 2 minutes. A lot more space on the ice for a lot more movement and speed. Rapids gets in the zone. They're going to get set up. They're definitely going to be content just kind of moving this puck around and see if they can get a good opportunity to score. As it's, again, only 3 players for the Sabres. Scott tries to be over-aggressive with that play. And Rapids is going to win the game 4-3. He came out, tried to be aggressive with it. Dove got a stick on it, but then the puck went right down to a guy for a clean shot back door. So my race to 4 prediction was right. Unfortunately, 4-3 to Rapids in overtime. Rapids will get 2 points. Shakopee gets 1. Puts a lot of pressure on Saturday now for the Sabres. They have to win both games now to try to advance as the 1 seed and hope Rapids has a loss. So, good evening, Friday.